Okay, so now we're out here in our hunting location. We have the X Pro set up on a tree. We've gone through and we've activated the camera. We've made sure that it's got batteries, SIM card, SD card. Now we're gonna walk through actually setting it up so it's gonna start taking pictures and sending them to our phone. So go ahead and open the X Pro up. You'll see, again, LCD screen. Great new feature that they've brought back. Makes it super simple and super quick to set up. So you wanna go ahead and press the power button to turn it on, and you're gonna start seeing things in the LCD screen now. So what you're gonna see is it's searching for signal. So the first thing that it's gonna do is it's gonna go through and it's gonna acquire that signal. So remember, we put the SIM card in there. You can choose AT&T or Verizon. We chose AT&T for this one. So you'll see right on your LCD screen, it's gonna search for that signal and it'll let you know when it acquires it. Okay, so once it gets that signal, you're gonna see it say connecting. It's gonna acquire that signal. Then it's gonna go through and it's gonna try to get the GPS signal. Once it gets that GPS signal, the next thing is to set it up the way that you want it. So we're gonna go right into the menu. If you hit the right button, it takes you into the menu of the X Pro. So all your features are right in here, and there's different tabs that you can go through. The first tab gives you information about your camera. So your QR code, your password, camera info, camera name, just your basic information about your camera. If you scroll to the right, here's where you're gonna really make your changes. So it gives you the ability to set your camera mode, your send times, your image quality, all of the things that you really wanna tweak and dial in your camera are right in here. So I'm gonna walk you through how I would set my X Pro up. To make changes in the settings menu, you just use your arrow keys and then use your power button as your OK or select button. So as I scroll down here, the first thing that I get to is camera mode. So I'm gonna highlight it and select it. It's set on picture plus video mode. This is how I like to set my camera up. The X Pro, it'll send HD videos right to your phone. You can request them right through the app. So I set mine on picture and video mode. The way that this works is when something walks in front of your camera, it's gonna take a picture and send it to your phone, but then it's also gonna take a video. Now, if you wanna see that video in your app, all you simply do is click on it, hold it down, you can request that video, and now get that video right to your phone as well as the picture. But the beauty is too, that you can control all those same features and control your camera right from your app. The next thing is the image size. I'm gonna set mine to 16 megapixels. The next is video size. So you have a few options here. You can go with full HD, HD, or another option that's just a little lower quality. I wanna get those high resolution, good videos, so I'm gonna set mine on full HD. The X Pro has superior image quality, so those photos and videos that this camera is gonna take and send you are awesome. Scrolling down, you can set your different video lengths. I'm gonna leave mine at 10 seconds, so when something walks in front, again, it's gonna take a photo and then it's gonna take a 10-second video. You have your night mode. There's a few different options in here. So there's minimum blur, there's balance, and max range. So that just has to deal with how much of that light is coming from the camera or flash. Now again, this camera has no glow IR technology. So what I mean by that is how much light it's giving off. There's no light actually coming from the camera. It's a black flash mechanism. So I'm gonna leave mine on minimum blur. You could also put it on balance. It just depends on where your camera's set up and how it's set up. If it's set up on a field edge and you want to capture animals that are maybe a little further out there and you need a little more light to get them at night, you might want to set it on max flash. Minimum blur ensures that you're not going to get any blurry pictures at night, and balanced is that kind of right in between. So for now, I'm just going to leave it on minimum blur. Scrolling down, you have lots of other options here. You have your flash power, which again is just how much light it's outputting from the camera. You have your sensitivity, your delay. Your delay is basically how long it takes for that camera to take another picture after it's triggered and sent the picture to your phone. I want this camera continually taking pictures with no delay, so I'm gonna set it up with no delay. You have your operating time, which I want it operating all the time. You have the ability to format your SD card, and you also have a few other options in here like date and time, which is set to auto. So you don't really have to touch that. It's gonna automatically set the date and time in your camera. If I go back up to the top, the next tab over is your send option. So you have the ability with the X Pro to have this camera check in and send you photos at different times. You can set it to have it check in and send photos instantaneously. You can have it check in or send photos once a day, twice a day. Really, it's all preference, and it's based on how you set up your camera, how many pictures you're getting throughout the day, and how you want to be notified when you get them. The nice thing about this camera is if you go to settings check, it's got 3 options here: daily, instant, or hybrid. I'm going to go ahead and set it in hybrid mode. Now, this is something really cool that Reveal has baked into their cameras. So the X Pro hybrid mode allows you to save on battery life, but still get those images quickly sent to your phone. So hybrid mode on the X Pro is really, really cool. You also have the ability to have it send you a check-in picture. So every time it checks in, it can send you a picture just to let you know, hey, your camera's working. I can check all those things in my app, so I'm going to leave this off for now. And the other thing is GPS built in to this new X Pro camera. So I can go onto my app and I can always see where this camera is. So it's great. You know, maybe you're in a place where you're hunting with other people, or maybe you're on public land and you're able to put a camera out there. Maybe your camera disappears. Well, that GPS is really nice. It lets you know where that camera is all the time. And it also lets you know, if you're running a lot of cameras, where all your cameras are. We run a lot of Reveal cell cameras. So, you know, I'm not saying that we lose track of them, but it's really nice to pull up a map and see, okay, I have cameras here, 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 and here. So that GPS feature is really nice in the X Pro. If I go back up, the last tab is more. So this just tells you a little more about your camera. It lets you choose what type of batteries are in there. It lets you turn on or off SD loop. SD loop is basically a feature in here that allows you to say, okay, when my card fills up, it's going to basically start replacing pictures from the first one. Now, this has nothing to do with the pictures that are being sent to your phone. Those are all going to cache within your app. This only has to do with what is going on the SD card within your camera. If that SD loop was turned off, then you're basically in a situation where if your card fills up, then it won't load any more pictures onto that card. I'm going to leave SD loop turned on because I know that, hey, the pictures, they're all being sent to my phone. So I have them all within my app. And then once the SD card fills up, it'll just roll over and start replacing photos on the front end. So then my SD card never fails. That's it. All your features right here in the camera. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to change the settings on your phone with the X Pro. It makes it really simple, really quick, really easy to make all your settings, get the camera the way that you want it by using the LCD screen. So now, once I'm done, I can just hit the power button. It'll take me back to my normal screen, the LCD screen. It shows you what the camera's viewing, which is really, really nice. So I don't have to guess if my camera is looking the direction I want it, or, you know, maybe it's too high, maybe it's too low. It shows me that right on the camera. So I can go out and walk in front of my camera. It has a red horizontal line across the middle. What you want to do is walk where the deer are coming, or elk, or whatever it is you're trying to capture. Walk out there. See where that red line, you want it to cross about mid-body, so that, you know, anything that walks in front of there, that's the height. You're making sure that the sensors in this camera, setting it up for success so that it's capturing those animals as they walk by. It makes it really nice and takes the guesswork completely out of it. Once I'm ready to go, I'm happy with my settings. You can see I still have signal, everything's ready to go. Simply press the left arrow key and it says enter work mode. I'm going to hit it one more time to go over to yes. Hit the power button. You'll see it says entering work mode. It's going to count down. That's it. I can now close the camera, walk away, and get ready for it to start sending me pictures. The other thing with work mode is if you don't physically or manually put it into work mode, after a certain amount of time, the camera just left stagnant in setup mode. It'll automatically kick itself, start counting down, and go into work mode. So as you can see, super simple, super quick. That LCD screen is awesome. Allows me to get it exactly the way I want it, take the guesswork out of it. Now it's just a matter of going home and waiting for the photos to come in.